My child, tonight, before you close your eyes, I need you to be honest with yourself for a moment. Not with the world, not with other people, not with the version of you that smiles to survive, but with the quiet soul inside you that has been exhausted for a very long time. Because lately, you have not truly felt like yourself anymore. You still wake up every morning, still answer messages, still try to stay kind, still try to stay understanding, still try to be there for everybody else. But deep inside, something in you has been slowly fading away. And the painful part is, almost nobody notices, because you became very good at pretending you are okay. You became whoever people needed you to be. You learned how to stay quiet, how to avoid conflict, how to hide disappointment, how to make everybody comfortable, how to carry emotional weight silently, how to smile, even when your heart felt unbearably heavy. And somewhere along the way, you started abandoning yourself, little by little, conversation by conversation, sacrifice by sacrifice, disappointment by disappointment. You kept saying yes, when your soul was screaming no. You kept helping everybody else, while secretly feeling emotionally empty yourself. You kept giving love, hoping somebody would finally love you the same way in return. My child, you became addicted to being needed, because being needed felt safer than being abandoned. So you kept over-giving, over-explaining, over-helping, over-loving, overextending yourself emotionally, even when your own heart was quietly collapsing inside. And tonight, your soul is tired, not lazy, not weak, not broken, just tired, deeply tired, emotionally tired, spiritually tired, mentally tired. Some nights, you sit alone in silence, wondering why you feel so empty lately, why simple things feel exhausting, why your chest feels heavy, why your mind never fully rests, why you feel lonely, even around other people. And the truth is, your soul has been carrying too much for too long. Breathe slowly now. You do not need to perform here tonight. You do not need to prove your worth here. You do not need to carry everybody tonight. Rest for a moment. Just rest. My child, somewhere in your life, you learned something painful. You learned that love had to be earned. Earned through sacrifice. Earned through silence. Earned through suffering. Earned through constantly putting yourself last. So you became the person who always understands everyone else. The person who apologizes too quickly. The person who says it's okay, even when deeply hurt. The person who carries everybody emotionally, while nobody notices how heavy your own heart feels. And because you feared rejection, you started abandoning your real emotions instead. You became afraid to express disappointment, afraid to say no, afraid to become emotionally inconvenient, afraid people would leave if you stopped giving them everything. So you slowly became smaller, quieter, more emotionally careful, more emotionally exhausted. You started monitoring every conversation, overthinking every message, replaying every interaction in your head, trying to figure out whether people still cared about you, whether you said something wrong, whether you disappointed someone again. My child, your nervous system has been living in survival mode for years. You became so focused on keeping everybody happy that you forgot you deserve peace too. And tonight, I need you to hear me clearly. Real love does not require you to destroy yourself emotionally. Real love does not require you to constantly prove your worth. Real love does not demand that you abandon your soul just to avoid being left behind. My child, you were never meant to carry relationships alone. You were never meant to shrink yourself, to keep people comfortable. And you were never meant to feel guilty for finally becoming emotionally exhausted. Breathe slowly again now. You are safe here tonight. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to earn love. You do not need to earn your value through suffering. My child, there is a sadness inside you that words can barely explain. Not loud sadness, not dramatic sadness, quiet sadness. The kind that slowly drains your soul over time. The sadness of constantly pretending to be okay, pretending to be strong, pretending not to care, pretending not to feel hurt, pretending not to feel lonely, pretending not to feel emotionally abandoned. And eventually, pretending became your personality. You learned how to smile automatically, how to comfort others automatically, how to say, "I'm fine" automatically, even when your soul felt unbearably tired inside. My child, you became emotionally available for everyone else. While emotionally abandoning yourself, you listened to everybody's pain, but ignored your own. You stayed patient with everybody's emotions, but judged yourself harshly. You gave people understanding, while secretly begging for somebody to finally understand you too. And the painful truth is, many people became comfortable receiving your energy without ever asking how much it was costing you emotionally. So now, your soul feels numb, not because you do not care anymore, but because you have been emotionally overwhelmed for far too long. Some days, you feel disconnected from yourself, disconnected from joy, disconnected from motivation, disconnected from hope. And sometimes, you no longer even recognize the person you have become. But my child, listen carefully tonight. The version of you that exists only to please everybody else is not the real you. The real you is still underneath all this exhaustion, still underneath the fear, still underneath the emotional survival mode, still underneath the mask. And slowly, gently, I want to bring you back to yourself again. My child, deep inside you, there is still a younger version of yourself, waiting to feel safe, waiting to feel chosen, waiting to feel emotionally protected, waiting to feel truly loved, without needing to perform for it. That younger version of you learned very early that love could disappear, that approval could disappear, that people could leave, that being too emotional was dangerous, that expressing needs could push people away. So you became the easy person, the understanding person, the strong person, the selfless person, the person who asks for nothing, the person who silently carries everything. But, my child, that younger version of you is exhausted now. Exhausted from trying to be perfect. Exhausted from trying not to disappoint people. Exhausted from constantly fearing rejection. Exhausted from believing you must suffer to deserve connection. And tonight, I need you to understand something. You do not need to become smaller to deserve love. You do not need to destroy yourself to keep people close. And you do not need to carry everybody emotionally while abandoning your own soul. My child, the people who truly love you will not require you to disappear emotionally just to stay accepted. So tonight, stop fighting yourself for a moment. Stop judging yourself for being tired. Stop hating yourself for feeling overwhelmed. Stop apologizing for having emotional needs. And stop believing your worth depends on how useful you are to other people. You are worthy, even when resting. Worthy, even when emotional. Worthy, even when imperfect. Worthy, even when exhausted. My beloved child, it is time to come back to yourself again. Slowly, gently, honestly. Not the survival version, not the people-pleasing version, not the emotionally exhausted version that exists only to keep everybody comfortable. The real you, the honest you, the peaceful you, the emotionally safe you. My child, you deserve relationships where you can breathe. Relationships where your honesty is safe, where your emotions matter too, where you do not constantly fear abandonment, where love does not feel like emotional exhaustion. And I know, learning this will take time, because for years, you survived by sacrificing yourself emotionally, but your soul cannot continue living like this forever. So, tonight, before you sleep, I want you to release the pressure slowly. Release the pressure to keep everybody happy. Release the pressure to constantly prove your worth. Release the pressure to always be emotionally available. Release the pressure to carry everybody else's pain. And just breathe. Slowly, gently, quietly. You are safe tonight. You are allowed to rest tonight. You are allowed to stop pretending tonight. You are allowed to choose yourself too. Because, my child, you were never meant to abandon yourself just to feel loved. And before you close your eyes tonight, remember this: you are not alone anymore. I am still here with you through every fear, every wound, every silent tear. Because maybe tonight, someone else reading your words will finally realize they are not alone in this pain either. And maybe that is exactly why you found this message tonight. So if your soul needed this message tonight, write Amen in the comments below and let your heart finally rest tonight. Peace be with your soul tonight. Amen.